Vulcan and Venus. Illusion, unseemly soul of image, intangible, yet blatant as the shadows that cloud the dirty windows of mirage, where it flits and hovers like a spectre shrouded in delusion. The madness of his vision self-evident. He knows he sees the lie. Ineffable, impossible as life is to a corpse. Pathetic, laughable. Deep in a forge of fire a cauldron boils, blistered by the coal's soft licking flame. A frenzied furnace smelts the metal ire of ore to be remolded for war games. And demon conquest dances on a spear, like heaven's angels may upon a pin, and stares with pitying fear upon the ugly face of Vulcan. But notes his sinews and a diligence, toned and tuned by his arduous trade, how his leaden eyes are vigilant and watchful of the point as sparks invade the shades of seeping blackness around his sweat-slicked skin, while flambeaux flick in sync with pounded rhythm. Wistfully, he waits for Venus to join him. Upon the wall, the implements of war catch the low fire's intermittent shadows that prophesize their future warrior. Now Vulcan is at the bellows, jets a maelstrom, furious hot air into the red heart of heat, and stares at stony walls, at isolate tomorrows. He has a tenderness for fire, calls to it in quiet invocation. Animated flame begins to murmur to his chanting oscillations, and air herself gives succor to the same. Then Vulcan rests, death upon a stave, and sweat and sadness permeate the cave. Here he forged the arrows for Amor, that impish cur, incestuous at that. She poisoned one with lust to craze Apollo, and rendered Daphne's dart indifferent. Here Vulcan forged the tri-prongs of the trident, and here he forged the jagged thunder rod, the jaded charges of the power god. He stoops to take the warhead off the anvil, lifts with iron tongs the weight before him, a torch without a flame, then kneels before a spring, reflecting pool, and plunges in to temper it with cool. When, hissing in the mists, he sees the future of spectral prophecies. He sees a warbird resurrect from ashes, fly above the swords and outstretched lances that dance in frenzied hands as points of rage and gross frustration. And he sees thousands screaming from their ransacked cities, and savage faces screaming at the gods who heaped this desolation on their lands. whim moves him to his tri-barred prison. Iridescence streams through in a prism, and blue tomorrows fill with shades of pink and orange rose. And fair-haired Venus sits upon the sea froth, far, far down below. In her hand the passionate Priapus nears the purple brink of lava land, the fountain of her youth. Oars are at a boil, infernal cauldron. Why not pour moltens on my hands? Quick the spear prick. This the session. He must understand. She hates him. Loathes is better still. He can't see the truth. How much she abhors him, for she is fair as hell, and he's a maelstrom in a sea-whipped froth. Vulcan haunts the darkening hollow of his self. In labyrinthine recess, in the bowels of Pluto, a terrible phantom rants. Love, love is played in purple chambers, and you have no keys. He knows that gloom, remorse, despair will plague him until Marmorian sickness makes his heart a stone. He feels like Sisyphus, hopeless, like he's gone